You know, every time I hear this music, it always, like, it never ceases to give me chills, man. I love it so much. So, welcome. My name is Satchel. This is the end of our series of videos on the Dark Souls trilogy, where we talk about them in different styles of videos. The first episode was a podcast with JC Backfire. Dark Souls 2 was like a more traditional video essay. And this one is going to be like a live commentary playthrough like video where we go through all of Dark Souls 3 and just talk about it as we play. This is the one I've actually been the most excited to record because I haven't played through this game fully. I think it's been about a year and a half, so really looking forward to it. Also, I just love this game. It's so solid, and we'll talk about it today. But I love Dark Souls 3, and let's just get into it. Let's start a new game.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, Saint of the Deep. Farron's Undead Legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yhorm the Giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be Cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
You know, I haven't seen that intro in so long, and seeing it again, kind of with the context of obviously where the story has gone from Dark Souls 1 to the more anthology-styled approach with 2 and how different that game is. Man, it's really, really cool to see it, because I think one of the things I love conceptually about Dark Souls 3's story is it's this idea that, you know, that like it was kind of predicted in Dark Souls 2 and kind of stated, all of these people, just for thousands and thousands of more years, they just constantly fed into this like toxic cycle of just, you know, maintaining the status quo and, you know, just keeping the flame lit when it should have died fucking thousands of years ago. And what I like about this is, and I think what Dark Souls 3 does such a good job of narratively when it comes to like capturing the finality of this trilogy, is we see the world at its end, right? Like we are seeing the end of days in the Dark Souls universe. Like there are, especially in the DLC, like with the Ringed City and the stuff leading up to the Ringed City, and like the Kiln of the First Flame when we get to that. It is so obvious to me that this world is just it's in need of just finally letting go. And I think that's what makes Dark Souls 3 so impactful as a finale piece for this series. This idea of, you know, learning to let go and not holding on to something until it's just, you know, because like imagine if and weirdly it's kind of meta. It's kind of a meta way to end a franchise in a way, where it sort of feels like, you know, it's Miyazaki going like, okay, well, we could draw this thing out and make Dark Souls 8, but, you know, I feel like all things need to have an end. In some ways, there was like a beauty to Gwyn's Age of Fire, right? But he refused to let that time pass, and let it go on into the next age, which is what Dark Souls 3 is all about. It's about like sort of letting go, and going on to something new. And I think the DLC with the painted world and all that kind of brings it all home. So enough. Yeah, let's name our character. We're gonna name our character Satchel. Thinking we'll go classic. I think we'll go classic. We won't even really mess with the character creation. Let's just get into this. I also love the idea of like what your character is in this game. The whole like concept of being like unkindled ash really interests me. This like idea that our character and the unkindled ash that have been sort of, and you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but the unkindled ash, the idea that these guys tried to become Lord before and failed, I think that is really interesting. I'm pretty sure Miyazaki said that in an interview a long time ago. Nice. So as we kind of get a little farther here, I'll talk a little bit about things I love. The thing I really want to talk about a lot today in this video is sort of the legacy that Dark Souls 3 has in the grander context of FromSoft's catalog, because I think it has a really interesting place, and I'll kind of get into that here. So something I think about a lot with Dark Souls 3 is this obviously was the last big, like, traditional, you know, Souls game before Elden Ring, right? So, and obviously, I remember when Elden Ring was coming out, people were like, oh, it just looks like open world Dark Souls 3, which is a bit crazy because Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring do have their differences. But I will say that Dark Souls 3, one of the best things about it is its context within From Software's catalog now. So, obviously, a lot of people got into this franchise with Elden Ring because it, you know, just got so popular. And going back to these older FromSoft titles, I think the one that's the easiest for Elden Ring fans to pick up I would say probably is DS3, because it has a lot of the like in terms of like game feel. I really don't want to die here. That'd be embarrassing. Hold on. There we go. In terms of game feel, Elden Ring and DS3 definitely feel like they have that same kind of flow and speed. Obviously, you can't jump the same way that you do in Elden Ring, so jumping attacks aren't a thing at all, actually. But the general like flow and like pace of the game feels in line with that. So what's cool about Dark Souls 3 for me is you get a game that kind of has that more modern FromSoft feel, but nice. But you get like a more linear experience. And of course, like in this game, unlike you know, Dark Souls 1 and 2, we don't have the attunement system. We have like the blue flasks and the blue bar for magic and weapon arts. It really does just feel like in retrospect, it's cool to come back to this game because like if you want some of that like quality of life and pick up and play nature that like Elden Ring has a bit, you can get that a little bit here, or like an earlier version of that, but in a more linear, lean, mean, all killer, no filler focused game. Where Elden Ring is obviously this big open world. This game is more focused and linear, and I think it's really cool for that, to be honest. I absolutely love DS3, and we'll talk about the boss selection. Speaking of great bosses, gotta be one of the best opener bosses of all time, I would say. Iudex Gundyr. Also, this music is so good. Dude, if you guys ever watched Jev back in the day, he used this song all the time in his UFC videos. That's where I heard it originally, was his UFC videos. And I remember hearing it in this game. I was like, oh, wait, it's the song that Requise plays. Oh, wait. Okay, can't parry him anymore. Ooh, shit. I'm not dying to Gundyr, come on. Get real. Yeah, there we go. A lot of people, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think. One of the things that I think really makes this game special is the boss lineup. I would say with DS3, there aren't many bosses that I would say are like just flat out bad. Like there's a handful, like there's a Wolnir, there's the like the champion Gravetender thing in the DLC, there's the like the tree thing. There's not many. There really is not a lot. It's a very small amount of bad bosses. I would say DS3 probably has the most consistently solid lineup of bosses throughout the whole game. And even like the bosses that are just kind of whatever, they're not like annoying. I feel like the worst one would definitely be that dragon, where you just have to run up all those stairs and then plunge onto its head. It almost feels like a callback to the Dragon God, where like in Demon Souls when you're going to kill the Dragon God, but instead of pulling the levers, you're going and basically just hopping on its head and stabbing it. And here we are, Firelink Shrine. I remember when I got here for the first time, I was so like, wait, Firelink, this looks very different than when I last saw it. And it's not, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's a different Firelink Shrine, because in the DLC, in the second DLC, I'm pretty sure we actually get to go to where Firelink Shrine was in Dark Souls 1. And this, I believe, is the handmaiden that was missing in Dark Souls 2, I think, because they said the firekeepers, like the handmaidens that were former firekeepers in Dark Souls 2, they talk about how they had a fourth sister that wasn't there anymore, and I assume this is her.
Pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the
Shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls as is thy want.
I wonder if we talk to her, will she give us some lore?
Ashen One, bring me up with, is it not? Knowest thou of that soppy gossip? That cordial intrusion layeth the path, and so thou art in need of a soap then thy pockets. Ashen One, bring
Okay,
me
she isn't telling us lore. I was hoping she'd talk a little bit about, like, where she came from and stuff. And of course, we got Andre, the lad.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine.
How the hell did he stay alive all these years?
Forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith. Such.
Alright, let's do this. I also really like Firelink's theme in this game. It's no DS1 Firelink, but it's good. Let's have a chat with the Firekeeper.
Welcome to the bonfire, Unkindled One. I'm a firekeeper. I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end I am at thy side. Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels. Ashen One.
Oh,
so
yep,
I'm
okay.
Ashen.
Let me put the thing here. Cool. Alright. Hello there. Let's head up to... I always make sure to do this. Let's head up and around and we'll do the tree jump. And also, look! It's one of the giants from Dark Souls 2. The seed of a giant tree is yet to fall. I don't actually know what you're supposed to do with this, by the way. If anyone would like to leave a comment, I'd love to know what you actually do with that. So let's see if I still got this. If I do this first try, I'm going to tweak out. Okay, never mind. There we go. I'm pretty sure I have a... Okay, yeah, so firebomb. We'll need to drop a black firebomb here later as well, but I wanted to make sure I grabbed, Yep, okay. Estus Shard, nice. Let's drop our firebomb. And we'll get a large Titanite Shard. Hit this. Go down here. And we get our +1 Silver Serpent Ring, right? Or it's just the regular Silver Serpent Ring, okay. That, of course, is going to increase our soul gain in the early game. Oh, I did not space that right. Whoops. Nice. And we'll do a little bit of vigor. Oh. So, I love this game, first of all. I just want to say that off the bat. What's been interesting about Dark Souls 3 over the years is I've seen a lot of debate and discourse about Dark Souls 3, and people I've seen a lot of people try to say that Dark Souls 3, like, isn't good. Like, I don't know where it came from, but there just seems to be this, like, hate mob of Dark Souls 3, like, dislikers that call this game, like, boring and uninteresting. And one of the main things that they talk about is DS3's level design. Now, the thing about DS3's level design for me is, while obviously it's not nearly as, like, mind-bending as Dark Souls 2, and it doesn't necessarily have that, like, DS1 interconnected style design that obviously so many people love. But what I think DS3 does really well is it feels like an evolution of what they were doing in Bloodborne. In a lot of ways, DS3 feels like that. Where obviously they turn up the pace of the combat and, like, the speed of everything, and they sort of make these levels more linear. But the thing about the levels is, while they are linear, they basically created that sort of feeling of Firelink Shrine thing of, like, coming back to something familiar and finding a shortcut. But they did that in individual levels rather than, like, a giant interconnecting landscape, which I think is really cool. I think Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne have fantastic level design, even though it's just different than the other games. And as I said earlier as well, I think also, like, just in the grander context of FromSoft's catalog, it's really cool to come back to a game that, like, plays more like a modern entry like Elden Ring. Not exactly, but close. Alright, let's try and get in there. Oh boy. I really don't want to die here. Oh, you've got to be fucking shitting me, man. That's so annoying. One thing I wanted to bring up in this video was, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but last year and recently there were rumors about, like, a Dark Souls 3 remake-like thing or remaster. And then somehow that got turned into, oh, it's like a whole trilogy remake. I feel like out of all the games, DS3 is definitely the one that needs it the absolute least. Like, the game still looks pretty good, and it plays great. So I don't really know what they would do with it. Like, would they just add Elden Ring mechanics, like being able to jump attack and things like that? Like, I don't know. I think out of all of the Souls games, this is probably the one I've beat the most. In the early days of this channel, I actually used to stream, like, just me beating this game over and over. Nice. Ow. I hate that fucking laugh. It's so weird. Also, pretty ballsy of them to put a mimic this early into the game. It's really, really funny. Because usually mimics are a thing that happen in, like, the mid to late game in these games. I will say, if I get the Lothric Knight Straight Sword right here, I will be using that the rest of the playthrough, because I just have to. It's such a meme at this point, like, I feel like I have to do it. Oh my god. That's so bad. Wow. I forgot there was a guy in the corner. No way. I mean, sure. I guess. You can't make that up. Like, you... Oh my lord. There's so much to love about this game. I think one of the big things I really like about Dark Souls 3 is how very, like, clearly they set the tone for what their future games would be like with this one, I feel like. Lots of build variety, fast and aggressive gameplay, legacy dungeons that have really tight design with good shortcuts and stuff like that. It's just really, really cool to see that like, this is kind of where a lot of those ideas, like, that so many people love in Elden Ring really started to, like, come into fruition in their early sort of infancy. Also, I should probably say this now. Probably not going to be doing many quest lines, actually any quest lines really in this video. I think I'm mostly just going to be sticking to how I normally play the game when I'm just kind of doing my thing. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, right? Like the shortcut type of design and how they lay out these sort of more focused sections, and they give you that feeling of going back to something familiar just in shorter, in more immediate bursts, kind of like how Bloodborne does it. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead here. It's over. I'm dead. It's over. I'm dead. That is so unfortunate. This boss has to have, I would like to think, probably one of the most iconic boss themes in all of the franchise. It's just been used in so many memes and edits over the years. The second phase part, specifically, is just so good. Fun fact, I don't have a recording of it, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it, but I started a bare fist only playthrough on DS3 that I never finished for obvious reasons. And this was, I actually beat this boss with my bare fist. It was pretty funny. Oh, here's the part. Oh wait, I saw something on Twitter I wanted to try. Oh, I didn't do it right. Fuck. I saw a video of someone hitting its head while it's breathing the ice and like it like stuns it or something. I wanted to see if that worked, but oh, well. See, I wouldn't have died if I wouldn't have gone for that. I would have just done the fight the way I normally did it, but whatever. I wanted to try something different. My bad. I'll try and hit it in the face again. Fuck it. I got lied to. I got lied to. I got lied to! How did he do it in the video? You have to do maybe it's a heavy attack or something. I don't know. We'll make an attempt at not Vordt, Dancer. We'll try Dancer. Probably fail. Oh, this is one thing I wanted to say. I love this idea, by the way. The idea that that area over there is end game shit, and this area over here is early game shit, and you can fight both of these bosses and get to either area, like, right now. I just think that's so cool. Like, if you have the skill, you can kill Dancer and go all the way up to Dragonslayer Armour and get some late game upgrade materials and stuff like that. Like, I think that stuff's cool as fuck, which, by the way, we definitely will be doing that once I get my sword upgraded a little bit more. We'll be going to kill Dancer early. I always kill Dancer early. It's hilarious. Just the fact that you can do that, like, of course I'm gonna go do that. I like playing this game in a really weird way. Why can't I go through? Okay. Thanks for the push, brother. Well, now we have one less flask, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Cool. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this yet. I do fully believe I could do this a little bit later. Once I get, like, 2 rings, maybe a little bit more upgrade materials, and maybe like a pine resin, like a dark pine resin. Then I could probably do this, but I am not expecting to be able to do this now. God, Dancer's design is so cool. Also, she uses she uses curved swords, which is based. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, she's gonna do that. Uh-oh. Oh, she didn't do the double swing. Okay, good. What the fuck? Did she just backhand me? Oh, okay. Yeah, that fucking... that tweaked me out. I have to say, it's really funny to see those things in this game after DS1 as well. You can definitely tell that with this game, they definitely wanted to go back to the well a little bit with a lot of the stuff people liked from DS1. But I still think DS3 has a lot of things in its own right that makes it really unique. Like I said, in terms of its like design in the grander context of the From Software catalog and the boss pool. But I don't know, I'm so curious to hear what you guys think about DS3 over the years, because I know there's a lot of people that obviously love this game, but I'd say there's been a growing sort of like, I don't want to say hatred for this game, but people just think this game is mediocre, which is kind of insane to me, because I think narratively there's like a lot of really cool stuff in here, and like how it brings the series to a close, like the finality of it is just so cool to me. And also, I just think it's probably the most consistently solid FromSoft game in their catalog. Like, I don't think there's any areas that are just outright completely awful. Like, obviously, I think, like, the swamp area can be kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. There's a few bosses that are kind of whatever, but I think on the whole, this is the most, like, all-killer, no-filler FromSoft game. One thing I really love about a lot of these more linear levels is I think the encounter design is really solid. And I think you can definitely tell that they've got a pretty good grasp on how to lay out enemies and sort of have different focal points and give different paths that converge into different areas. I don't know, man. I just think DS3's level design's really solid overall. It's like nothing truly like groundbreaking per se, but it's just really solid. And I feel like that's how I would describe Dark Souls 3 overall, is it's just really good at being a really good video game. A really great video game, I would argue. I love this game. For a long time, it was my favorite, and then I had my fucking DS2 love just hit me like a fucking freight train. And then I was like, okay, wait, maybe this one's my favorite, but... Alright, we have 6 flasks.
I should be able to do this, boss. It's just the fucking tree. Surely I should be able to do this. This is one of the few bosses in the game I would say is just kind of whatever. For sure. That guy didn't have iframes, that's why he died. Oh, he's not dead yet. Okay. The guy was playing with 1 adaptability. Ow. We're in such a weird position right now. This is so strange. Oh, there we go. Ah, fuck, I couldn't dodge yet. Okay, cool. Hit the hand. Okay, then there's some balls we can hit here. Alright, I think we just gotta try and hit it in the hand for the rest of this, to be honest. Unless there's another one I'm missing. Oh, wait. Yeah, there is one there, I think. Oh, it missed me. Oh wait, there's one on the hand. There we go. Nice. I would do his quest line for the video, but I honestly just don't remember how to do it. I haven't done it since my first playthrough. You guys want to see him teleport? Nice. I love speeding through the dialogue and just seeing him instantly pass out. I think I just really love how fun to run through this game is. Like, once you play it like a certain amount of times and you just kind of have a route that's like ingrained in your brain, it's just really fun to go through and do it whenever you need like your quick like souls fix in a way. It's so funny because, wait, I'm getting invaded. Oh yeah, that's an NPC, right? It's so funny because one of the big things I love Night Rain for is the fact that it is kind of like that sort of like bite-sized Souls experience, as I said in my Night Rain video, that is like just a perfect way of like, yeah, you want like, you want just kind of like a quick fix of Souls where some different things can happen and, you know, you can just kind of vibe out for a little bit. This is like that, but like more stretched out into like a bigger playthrough, I feel like. Where like it's pretty DS3, like especially once you like get it, it's a pretty short game, but it's also not like a, you know, a super short like Night Rain run, obviously. I forgot that that's a weapon that can cast spells. That's so cool. Okay. Ah, damn it, just barely missed it. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to go for a parry the next time it tries to attack me. Unless it's a magic attack, obviously. Never mind, it's dead. I probably would have fucked up the parry, to be honest. Okay. I can't see. I can't move. Okay. I'm dead. Oh, wait. No, I'm dead. No, I don't need that. It's down here, right? Oh, why are you doing this? Don't do this to me. Oh, great. All right. All right, well. Hold on. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Oh. Bitch. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that. I'm so out of practice. Oh yeah, I forgot we got our shield. The meme shield. We really are just rocking like the meme noob build because you already know what armor set I'm about to grab. We have the sword, the shield, and we'll have the outfit. This is gonna be so fucking goofy. Where is it? Is this it here? There it is. Sheesh. This is the John DS3 build. We got it. It's either this or the Sellsword Twin Blades. It's like you either do you're one of those two. But this is John DS3, yeah. Yep. There he goes. What the fuck? You bitch. Oh, you what the? Alright, man. Now, why is it that I hit him twice and he didn't fall, but he hit me twice? Bro, get the fuck over here. Oh, shit. In a lot of these areas, I like how they, like, kind of do the DS2 thing a little bit, but, like, not really, where, like, they branch off into separate sort of pathways, and then those pathways lead to other things, and... you know, there's different secrets to find in them, and it also feels like in a lot of ways like the evolution of like DS2's level design, but also like Bloodborne with like the finding shortcuts and coming back, the whole concept of coming back. And I just really love how this game handles its levels. Nice. Now that that's open, we can go fight that, but I think I'll go ahead and just go back and fight Crystal Sages and Deacons of the Deep, because I need to grab the shield ring and the sword ring, because we're going to need those because we're definitely going to want to fight Dancer early. And that right there, what I just described, like how I want to go about doing my playthrough, I really like that skill expression. I know we talked about it earlier, but I really love the idea that, like, yeah, you know, if you are good enough and you feel confident enough in your playstyle, yeah, go ahead and fight Dancer and then get huge rewards for it.
It might be one of my favorite examples of just like the kind of game design that I personally just really fuck with. Like in the tutorial area, the player's still kind of getting their bearings in the game and figuring out how it all works. And then you hit them with this like crossroads of like, okay, you can go over here and fight the intended boss that you're supposed to fight next. Or you can go over here, kill this lady, and then you go fight like an end game boss. I just think that stuff's really fucking cool. What's not cool is Crystal Sages. I think this boss is kind of whatever. This boss has caused me like so much rage in Soul Level 1 runs. Thankfully, we have the Lothric Knight Straight Sword, so it doesn't really matter. Ow. Nice. What the fuck? Guy stole my outfit. What does he have even? Some straight sword and like the bandit's knife. I can't really tell what he has. I think the paladin ashes either give us access to the sword or the shield, and then the other ring is up here, not too far from here. Oh yeah, I just remembered. We're about to go see the fucking my favorite Dark Souls character. Also, we will be saving DLC for last, as it was written. There he is.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame.
Gael's definitely seen better days.
You've the same scent as that woman. Then you must be an ashen one. You must be. Oh, you don't know how long I've searched. Oh, don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek. Oh, Pogmore. As any, I'm a you.
Yeah, we'll do it later, man. I have to say also, I really love the extra story and sort of context that the DLC adds. I feel like it rounds out the story in a really unique way and opens the door for potentially a more hopeful world with the painting and all that stuff. I think we'll do Deacons, Abyss Watchers, Wolnir. Then we'll go down, do the old Demon King, pick up all the large Titanite and different flask upgrades down there, and then we'll go do Dancer. Nice. There we go. Forget if he actually drops anything or not. No, it's just souls, I think. Okay. Oh, wait, there is something down there. Hello there. And Lloyd's sword ring. That's fucking amazing early game. This ring is so underrated, honestly. No one make the joke. No one make the fucking joke. Goodbye, Mr. Longfinger. I only have 3 flasks, but I feel like I'll be fine, to be honest. I mean, it's... Okay, that was a little unnecessary, I'm not gonna lie. This guy fuck off? That'd be really nice. Okay, make that 2 flasks. It's Deacons of the Deep. Like, it's not that bad. I will say this is one of the, when I talked about, like, there definitely are bosses that are just kind of whatever. This is another one where it's like, okay, it's just like a bunch of guys in a room. It just, this feels like one of the lesser bosses in DS2, to be honest, where it's just a bunch of guys in a room, like I said. It's definitely on that tier of, like, Rat Covenant, or like the Royal Rat Authority, or whatever the fuck it's called. I will say this is not nearly as annoying as the Royal Rat Vanguard, or whatever it is. The Royal Rat Vanguard is genuinely so fucking annoying for me. I think it's just because of the status effects and shit, but honestly, this really is not that bad. Oh my god! Okay. Okay. Are they trying to heal him? No, bro, that's not happening. Stop. Love the music for that boss. Really underrated OST. I don't know. I really was excited to make this video because on Twitter over like the recent months, I just see like a resurgence of like, not even resurgence, I don't know if that's the word, but like just a lot of DS3 hate, and it really confounds me. I don't think there's a single game in this trilogy that is like bad. Even my least favorite one, which for those of you that don't know is Dark Souls 1. Like, that's still, like, such an important game and has some of the best, like, game design you'll ever see. And not just a FromSoft game, but in games, period. It just so happens that, for me, with DS1, I'm getting invaded. Oh my god, we're gonna have Dark Souls 3 PvP in 2026. It just so happens with Dark Souls 1, for me, the older controls, the lack of omnidirectional rolling, how slow flask drinking is, the fact that you can't move when you drink your flask, how the upgrade system works, things like that really kind of bring it down for me. But it's still a damn good game. Like, it's still fucking amazing. And the influence it's had on the industry is not to be overlooked. Hello there. Holy shit. I had to try it, right? Bro? Let's walk him down. That running R2 is nasty. What the fuck? GG's, my friend. I don't know how to emote on here, I forget. That's another thing. I gotta say, I really like Dark Souls 3's PvP a lot. I know there are some people in the PvP scene. Like, I know Ouroboros and, like, Peeve, and I think Scott, they aren't, like, the biggest fans of it. But I know that, like, Prod and Chase really, really dug the PvP in this game. I was definitely someone that really liked the PvP in this game. I was more of a dueling person, but I think Oro and Peeve and Scott were more like invaders. I never really invaded much on this game, so I can't really say what the invasion scene was like, but in terms of just how the game felt and everything, and how the whole scene felt, I really like DS3's PvP. I definitely think, like, in terms of which PvP had, like, the best online experience and the mechanics and everything, I would say it's definitely Dark Souls 2. But my personal favorite PvP, just because of how absurd it is, I know I said in my DS2 video that I do think DS2 probably has the best PvP, and I do stand by that. But my personal preference for PvP probably is Elden Ring, just because that's the one that I played the most PvP-wise. I just love how insane it is. Like, all the stupid shit in Elden Ring, in that sandbox, it just makes for a really fun PvP sort of place. Anyway, peak. The Abyss Watchers, man. Talk about great lore. Fuck. This cutscene just goes so hard. Oh, dude. The pose. Oh, dude, it's so cool. Did that one fucker come in here with me? Ha! Fuck you. Alright, anyway. Ugh. Yeah, I would need to gank me too if I were you. Bitch. Ow, ow, oh my god. Backstab. Nice. This guy running on R2 on this. Okay, we're not. No, we're supposed to be friends, fuck. Alright, never mind. Now he's going back for him. Oh, let me go around. The backswing kept hitting me. Sheesh. Nice. The music for this fight is so good. That's another thing that's just really good about DS3 is the OST is so consistently great. Dude, oh. Oh my god. I love how they have, like, the bells from Artorias' theme as well. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, he's so cool. Goodbye, friend. Unfortunately for you, I happen to get one of the most broken swords in all of Soulsborne. What the fuck? Wait, bro, is that the fucking... Dude, I swear I just... Hold on. Does that skeleton have the same moveset as the damn Black Knife assassin from Elden Ring? Wow, I just got fucking mollywopped. What is this? What about this one? No. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. Okay. I'm close to bleeding out. Oh my god. Okay. Fucking hell. Fuck off. Okay. You know what? I'm pretty sure... Is there a bonfire close here? I actually don't remember. I'll just go fucking do Wolnir real quick. It's not that hard. I'll Ember up real quick. Fuck it. I have to say also, I really like the fact that you can interact with that in the environment and then go down there. It's really cool. I wish there was more stuff like that, though, I must say. Like, one of the biggest critiques I will say that I do have of this game is it definitely feels like they walked back a lot of things they did in Dark Souls 2 because the sentiment around that game started to become pretty negative, is my guess. And it kind of just feels like they walked back a lot of those things and were like, oh, let's try to make it a little bit more like the first game since that's the one that more people seem to like. And I really wish they wouldn't have done that, man. Like, I wish they would have expanded on more things from Dark Souls 2, because, like, the fact that, like, power stancing isn't in this game is, like, so sad, honestly. And bonfire aesthetic, of course, and, like, the New Game Plus stuff, like, it does make me a bit sad. But even still, like, the lack of DS2 features in this game doesn't ultimately make me dislike this game more, because I still think for what it is and where it is in, like, the FromSoft lineage, it's still really great. I love this moment where you walk forward and you just see his big ass face. Let's try and do that. Cool. Yeah, I kind of figured I'd be able to do that relatively okay. You know something I wonder? I wonder what made them, because obviously, as some of you probably know, Dark Souls 2 is in a, like, different engine than all the other games. And obviously, this game is not in that engine. So I wonder, and because I think it's more based on the original engine from Dark Souls 1 a little bit more. And then obviously this modified engine would go on to be the engine for Elden Ring and Armored Core 6. But it's one of those things where I just wonder what made them want to scrap, like, the DS2 engine. Oh, right, I forgot. Well, I didn't die, at least. I can't believe I fell for that. I literally was sitting here in my head going, oh yeah, that's a mimic, and then I just started talking and I forgot. I have to say, it's a miracle that this game came out as well as it did, because apparently this game had a lot of issues, and it changed directors. I mean, I know DS2 also had that happen. But I know that originally Miyazaki wasn't going to direct this game. I know he didn't even really want to do Dark Souls past the first game. Really? That wasn't necessary, I don't think. Heal up so I have the fucking benefits of the shit. Bam, 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 bam. Oh. So that, kids, is what we call greed in a Souls game. Alright, one thrust. Oh, he's doing this attack, okay. Where it comes in, okay. Alright, now we'll do this. Oh, it went back out, okay. Okay. That is unfortunate. So he should fire breath. Oh no, he's gonna do this. Okay. Yeah, this is where the firestorm comes in, yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're gonna back. Wait, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the thing. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, dude, that could have been a hit list. I'm stuck in it. That's so sad, man. That's so, oh, bro. I could have actually hit list that fight, but I got stuck in the thing. Damn, that really sucks. I feel like I've said this 100 times in this video, but I really am curious. Let me know what you guys think of this game's level design in the comments section. Because, again, I'm playing through this, and, like, I like all these areas. Like, I genuinely, like, I like all of what I'm playing. Like, I don't think any of it is, like, bad. Like, I feel like bad level design, for me, I guess what constitutes as, like, bad level design is, like, okay, how are the encounters laid out? I've never heard that sound in my entire life playing this video game. I'm not even joking. It freaked me out. I was like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, I guess what constitutes as bad level design for me is, like, are the encounters laid out, like, poorly? Am I not having fun exploring the area? You know, are there secrets to find? Is coming to a certain place, like, worth coming to? Those are all things I think about. And at least currently, I feel like, and also, of course, like, aesthetically pleasing, like, how are they? And I feel like, you know, obviously, you could probably say, like, okay, I guess some of these areas are pretty, like, dark and gray that we're in right now. But also, like, we're underground. And, like, everything's been, like, burned into cinders and shit. I don't know. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this game in the comments section. I feel like I can beat Dancer, to be honest. All right, so we'll have 9 + 6 flasks. +6 sharp Lothric straight sword. Yeah, and we're gonna put the human pine resin on. I feel like we got a good chance here. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. Yeah, we're chilling, bro. Spinneroonie. Cool. Uh-oh. Okay. Aw, oh, you bitch. Oh. Nice. Okay. This is such a bad position to be in. Nice. Yeah, that was super easy. Okay. It's a bit random, but I did a playthrough of this game with the Lothric Knight Greatsword. I gotta say, that weapon's really, really fun. I absolutely loved using that. It's like this sword that has lightning imbued into it, like, naturally. This is really, really cool. I hate to tell you this, man, but
Dear little Ocelot, where have you gone? Are you hiding from me?
is that death? Am I dead? Oh no, I'm not dead. Okay, cool.
Come out. Don't be afraid. You were born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself, Ocelot. My dear little Ocelot.
Bro thinks he's in a Metal Gear game. Oh my god. Nice. You know what? I think I'll hold on to his boss soul just in case I feel like just randomly respeccing it. You know what? What am I talking about? I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna say let me hold on to this until maybe I feel like randomly respeccing into like the Moonlight Greatsword, but I'm just gonna fucking keep this. I don't feel like doing all that shit. This is supposed to be just like a chill playthrough of the game anyway. We got that, so we can go to Nameless King. By the way, can I just say I love the fact that the way you get to Nameless King's entire area is through going into a side zone, finding a fucking emote, and then sitting in like one spot for like a few seconds. I just think that's so cool. You know, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do this fight right now, but might as well try. Never ceases to amaze me how annoying they can make dogs in these fucking games. Oh, and I'm caught. Oh, wait. Never mind, I'm out. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. Hi there. What? Holy shit. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay. This is death. What the fuck is happening? Okay. Oh my. Damn, that BM at the end was unnecessary. I can try parrying him. That could help. Oh my god, I don't remember the timing. There we go. Okay. There we go. It's coming back to me a little bit.
Ugh. Bitch. And there he goes. Nice. I actually didn't think I'd be able to kill him there. Also, we can get the Firekeeper's Eyes that we need for the ending that we're gonna get. There it is.
Ashen One, are these eyes? How gracious of thee, Ashen One. The very things we Firekeepers have been missing. Ashen One, my thanks for the eyes thou'st given. But Firekeepers are not meant to have eyes. It is forbidden. These will reveal through a sliver of light frightful images of betrayal. A world without fire. Ashen One, is this truly thy wish? Of course. I serve thee and will do as thou bidst. This will be our private affair. No one else may know of this. Stay thy path. Find lords to link the fire, and I will blindly tend to the flame. Until the day of thy grand betrayal.
It do be the best option. It just like...
Farewell, Ashen One.
I feel like if the Bearer of the Curse / the Seeker of Crowns, I feel like if Aldia was here, I feel like if the Chosen Undead from DS1 had this knowledge and had the opportunity to finally snuff out the flame permanently, I feel like they would do it. That's why I always do that ending, because they're like, it to me, it makes the most sense. Hell yeah, Dragonslayer Armour before even getting to Yhorm or Aldrich. Fire. Ow. Oh. Ow, you're a bastard. Yeah, do your fucking Elden Ring ass wind up. Okay. Nice. Pretty clean fight. Oh, hey, it's the meme bonfire. Everybody memes about this. Everybody always jokes, like, why are there two bonfires right next to each other? And the reason, I mean, it's kind of obvious why the reason is the way it is. But the reason why, obviously, is because, like, you know, they have bonfires. They wanted to have a bonfire for every area of the game that leads to every area of the game, and then also a bonfire for every boss. So that's why. I mean, it's a little silly, but I don't know. I don't really care. That might be the fastest I've ever killed that thing in all of my time playing this video game. I'm not even joking. You know, something I will say about this game is, like, I definitely think compared to DS1 and 2, this game definitely has the least amount of, like, player freedom in terms of how you progress the game. But what I think the game sacrifices in freedom of progression, I think it more than makes up for it in just higher quality levels and encounters and bosses and all that stuff. It's a much more focused game, which I think is pretty cool. As I've said before, and I'll continue to say this, like, I don't think any of the Dark Souls games, what the fuck? Okay, that was a bit silly. But, I don't think any of the Dark Souls games are, like, fully outright and truly bad. I think they all have their unique place in FromSoft's catalog, and they all offer different and unique and really cool experiences. It just kind of depends on which type of experience speaks to you the most. In my cases, I would say that 2 is the one that I vibe with the most. This being a close second or like honestly tied with it. And then I would put DS1 last, just because while I do think DS1's level design and atmosphere are incredible, I think the age of that game really shows the most in that one, because of, like, just, you know, how the weapon upgrade system is, how the controls are, how the second half of the game is really not good. Miyazaki himself even is not happy with how, like, the second half turns out. Like, it's very obviously rushed. That stuff kind of adds up for me. Honestly, I think the biggest thing that keeps me from going back and playing Dark Souls 1 is the upgrade system, to be completely honest with you. Like, I just think having all the different upgrade materials and, like, all the different shit, it's just not necessary, man. Like, I really, really like how Dark Souls 2 and then DS3 and Elden Ring handled the upgrade systems. They got it down much better to where you actually want to go back and play and do a new build, because it's not, like, just a giant pain in the ass to create the kind of character you want. I guess I would also put Bloodborne in that category as well. Like, I would say Bloodborne's not really a pain in the ass to create the kind of character you want, for the most part. The only bad thing about Bloodborne is, like, if you really want to min-max your build, you're gonna have to go into the dungeons and grind for blood gems. And also, some of the cooler weapons are locked behind later game stuff, so whenever I play Bloodborne, I usually always just think, okay, what's a weapon I can get, like, really early on in the game? And then I just stick with that. Holy shit, it's a Silver Knight. What's up, bitch? Come here. Okay. Oh, okay. Ugh. Get shit on. Oh, I'm so good at parrying. Holy shit. Oh, that was cool how you did, like, a backstep to stop me from just circling him. That was really cool. What the fuck? I've never seen that. Shit on. Let's get this fucking parry off on this fucking idiot. Yes, I'm here. Hello. I think I still got the timing down. Yep. Not gonna lie, for a second I thought I was gonna hitless Pontiff. That would have been really funny if I did. I one hit him. I'll take it. That was funny. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and go to Nameless King. Fuck it. this playthrough is already so weird. Might as well make it more weird, right? I know I said earlier that you don't really get as much freedom as you do in like Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1, which you don't. But you still do get like a little bit. You get a little bit. Not as much, but it is there. And again, it kind of adds to that skill expression thing I added in like Dark Souls 2. Where like, oh yeah, there are ways that you can go and do certain things early and in a certain way where you can get stronger earlier or get a specific thing faster. DS3 like definitely has some of that. Just again, not nearly as much as DS1 and 2. I feel like these games are so good for future game designers because these games aren't perfect. Like none of them are. Like no FromSoft game is a perfect video game. None of them. Not a single one. But I still would personally give them 10s. Like all of them, pretty much. Well, not all of them. I would give them most of them 10s. The thing that makes FromSoft's games so interesting to me is like they aren't perfect, and everyone kind of knows they're not. Yet they have such a devout fan base, and the things that they're good at, they're really, really good at, right? And also, the reason I think these games are so worth playing for future and aspiring game designers is because you can learn a lot from these games, like. Because they are, like, inherently flawed games, once you understand them, you can start thinking of ways like, oh, okay, well, if I were doing this, what's a way that I would want to make this, like, how would I, like, make this a bit more interesting? Or, like, you can think about the flawed parts and sort of think to yourself, oh, why is this like that? Like, one thing I've thought about a lot is, in these games, there are always generally those areas or those bosses that aren't particularly great, and they keep putting those types of bosses or enemies or areas in these games, and to some degree I think FromSoft does it on purpose, not just because it's like a running gag, even though I definitely think that's part of it, especially with like Poison Swamps and stuff, but also I think it's because it starts a conversation. It gets people talking. Like, let's take, for instance, Malenia, right? Would Malenia be a better boss fight if her waterfowl was balanced differently? Probably. Let's say she didn't have the waterfowl at all. Would we talk about her as much? I don't know. Obviously, at some point, you have to stop yourself and go, okay, this is a bit ridiculous. Let's not make this so stupid. I'm looking at you, Elden Ring DLC final boss. And also, again, I think it's also another reason, like, I feel like at this point, From Software, like, they're not stupid. They're not incompetent. They have the formula as to what makes, like, generally considered to be a good boss. Like, I feel like they're in tune enough with the community to where they know what makes a good boss. They know people love Nameless King, Artorias, Gael, shit like that. But if they made a game where all the bosses were of that quality, I do feel like something would be lost. Like, they wouldn't stand out as much, you know what I mean? So you kind of need those bosses that are kind of some fuck-ass goofy shit to make the other ones stand up. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe there is a world where you could make some of those bosses, like, less fuck-ass and goofy. But yeah, I don't know. These are all things I think about when I play FromSoft games. And one of the biggest things I can say about this company is how they've really gotten me to think deeply about game design and director intent and audience reception and, like, all sorts of different shit. And I think that's one of the best things you can say about this company. And I think, obviously, a big reason that you're able to think about these sorts of things is their unflinching vision. Even, like, all the way back in the old days of Kingsfield and Armored Core, the motto of the studio has always been that we don't really chase trends that much. We just make games that we want to make, and we stick to what we want to make. Even something like Night Rain, like, Junya Ishizaki very clearly just wanted to make a game like that, and he just fucking made it. Miyazaki let him. He was like, yeah, fuck it, go for it. And I think in an industry where the thing to do is to play it safe, make sequels, bank on similar styled games. I think it's really cool to have a company like From Software that is willing to take those risks on new IPs or new ideas. Which is why I'm so excited for Duskbloods. That's like a perfect example. Duskbloods is so different for them, and I'm really looking forward to see how they pull that off. And with my soapbox spiel out of the way, let's go pay a visit to the Nameless King. Dude, you want to talk about, like, secret bosses? This is still up there as, like, one of the all-timers. Oh, dude, this game is so cool. This is definitely one of the examples. Oh, hey, there's fucking statues of him. Wow, what a fucking self-righteous prick. This is definitely one of the examples of, like, one of the few, like, just downright not good bosses in the game. This is definitely, like, Dragon God from Demon Souls tier. I definitely think that the series is better off without bosses like this, right? Like, I think shit like this doesn't really need to be here. Like, I feel like when people think of this section, like, no one ever, like, everyone kind of forgets the Ancient Wyvern even exists. Nice. But yeah, back to what I was saying earlier, I think FromSoft is one of the best examples of, like, if you have a vision and you are super passionate about it and you hone your craft and you try to get a specific idea that you love right, it will find its audience. Like, you don't have to chase trends to win. If you stick true to what you want to make, you will find a player base. Excuse me, sir. Thanks. Ow. How are you even here, bro? I assume this isn't actually Havel. There we go. All right, let's head back to. What the fuck? Am I getting invaded? I think I'm getting invaded. Oh, yep. There it is. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. I would assume. Oh, hello. There you are. Hi. I like this guy's outfit. This is cool. I have to say, I'm very happy with how many invasions we've been getting. This is pretty cool. Oh. Oh, yeah, I'm dead as fuck here. Oh, yep. He got me. GG. Nice. This is another cutscene where I can't remember the last time I watched it. Hell yeah. I love this boss, dude. Oh, so you got some people fighting him right now. Look at that. One of the all-time greats. Probably my favorite boss in the base game. Nameless King, everybody. Oh! Oh, Jesus. I mean, what else is there? There's really nothing to say about this guy. Everything that's great about him has already been said. Set the template for what Elden Ring bosses would be. Like, I mean, he's just awesome, man. Oh. Like, even that, like, we just broke his posture. And now you can, like, literally, like, he is the template. The way he delays a lot of his attacks, his different, like, combo chains and mix-ups, like, he is the innovator, man. It's fitting that the son of Gwen is the innovator that will lead us into the next generation of Souls bosses. Very, very fitting. Wonderful boss fight. Just one of the all-time greats. I love that fight to death. I still remember the first time I ever did that boss. I was at my friend's house, and I got to it for the first time. I was like, holy shit, this boss is crazy. I have to say, this has been so nostalgic. I've played this game so many times. Beat this game all the way through so many times on doing different builds and just different challenges, and just it's so cool to come back and end this trilogy of videos with the one that I've definitely played the most. Across PlayStation and PC, I gotta have like 700 to 800 hours on this game. I haven't talked about it much on here, but I I guess I did in the DS1 video, but I started playing the Souls games with the Demon Souls remake, which, you know, say what you will about that game. I know some people kind of don't like the remake as much, but I thought it was like a perfect place for me to start because it was the first Souls game, and also is kind of like remade for modern day with, like, you know, better controls and stuff, and I just think it was a really great place to start. And then I went and I played Dark Souls 1 right after. Dabbled in Bloodborne a little bit. I think I beat Bloodborne, and then I went back to Dark Souls 2, dropped it because I was not having fun. Then I went to DS3. Then eventually I went back and played DS2. And then I did Elden Ring, and then after Elden Ring, I ended up going back to Sekiro and completing it. Anyway, we have Yhorm the Giant here. Love this guy. Fun story, a friend and colleague of mine, he played this game, and he didn't know about Stormruler. Like, he didn't see the Stormruler thing, so he just did this boss fight without Stormruler on his first playthrough. And it took him like half an hour. And I can't necessarily say I blame him. Also, especially if you hadn't played Demon Souls. Because Stormruler is where, Demon Souls is where Stormruler originated for the Storm King battle. I'll never forget when I picked this thing up after fucking playing Demon Souls and picking this up and seeing Stormruler, I freaked the fuck out. Like, it genuinely blew my mind. I was like, holy shit, no way. Such a cool moment, man. Also, wait, was that hitless Yhorm? I don't actually know if I hitlessed him or not. I was just so locked in, I didn't even really pay attention. It is way better to do that fight with Siegmeyer, because you get the cutscene and all that stuff. But, you know, I'm just doing it how I normally do it when I replay this game, just kind of going through the usual way. But that cutscene and that quest line is fucking fire. I gotta say, I love that armor set. I think it's the Drang armor set, I believe. Also, I really want to do a playthrough with those dual maces at some point. And at this point, it should be like very clear where you are. But then if you need them to confirm it, and then you see it, and then you walk past this line. It's so cool. I'll never forget seeing this for the first time and being like, oh, holy shit. Oh, man, I'll never forget seeing this for the first time. It was such a cool moment. Oh, nice. I don't know. I know people are critical of the amount of, like, DS1 stuff in this game, but I don't know. I don't mind it. I think for what they're trying to do with, like, the finale, I really like it. I do wish there is DS2 stuff in this game, but it's not as in your face as the DS1 stuff. I kind of wish there was a bit of a balance, but I still just, I don't know, man. I think this game is just such a cool way to end the series. I would go open the shortcut, but there's no way I'm gonna die to Aldrich at this point. There's just no fucking way. Oh, you bitch. I hate this attack. It's so annoying. This attack kills me all the time in the higher New Game Plus runs. Oh! Nice.
Unkindled one. The fire fades and awaits its one last lord. Prince Lothric is in your hands. Please save his soul.
Oh, for sure, I got you, bro. You know what I love about this story is, like, you're having to go and kill all these former lords, collect their souls, and go and, you know, so you have the power to go to the Kiln the First Flame and all that stuff. And, you know, these are all people that, like, didn't want to go link the fire because I think they know, man. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I need to brush up on my DS3 lore a bit, but I feel like deep down, like, they know that this shit is fucked. Like, they're literally brought back to life, and, like, these old lords that had linked the fire in the past, they're brought back to go do it because no one else will, and then when that doesn't work, they bring back the unkindled ash that are just regular motherfuckers that tried to link the fire and failed. Ah, man, I think this is just, I don't know, dude. Like, I just think this is such a cool way to end the series. It's such a, and like the fact that you can finally put you can snuff out the flame with the Firekeeper and giving the Firekeeper their eyes back, and like, ah, man, it's just so good, dude. I will say, I think DS2 is probably still my favorite, but it is close between DS2 and this game. It's very close. And I've said this before, but if Dark Souls 1 ever got like a proper remake, and I'm not talking like a Demon Souls like remake where it's like we make it look better graphically and fidelity wise and then make the game control better, but we don't actually really change much about the core game. I'm talking like a proper remake as in like Miyazaki goes in and remakes this game and he makes it with like Elden Ring controls and stuff. Maybe like properly finishes up the second like half of the game. I've said this many times, but if Miyazaki were to ever go back and do a proper remake of Dark Souls 1, it would maybe be my favorite FromSoft game. Will it ever happen? Probably not, but it would be cool. What are these things flying around? I need to look into, I need to watch the Brothers Code like DS3 lore video after this and like fully be locked in. Because that's what I've been doing after I beat each of these Dark Souls games, is I sit down and watch the Brothers Code lore video on the whole thing. Alright. Let's see, we've been going 5 hours and 12 minutes as of right now. Random chunk, I'll take that. Oh my god, please calm down. Holy fuck! Jesus.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender.
Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders.
Purloiner. What a name. Or what a fucking word.
Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing.
I'm with you. Low key?
You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Uh-oh. Ugh. I love this boss fight. It's so good. It's just solid. Like, it's just another really solid fucking good. Oh, that spacing. I'm gonna fucking cream. Nice, there we go.
Dear brother, I'm on my way. My brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
Bro, look at this fucking game. Fuck, man. This game just doesn't need a remake. I really hope that rumor it just isn't true. It just doesn't need it. The only one that really needs it is 1. This game just does not need it. It looks great. Look at it! What the fuck? Hold on. There we go.
My words, Ash One. You remain among the cursed.
No, bro, you don't know my plan.
Noble lords of Cinder, the fire fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir.
Aura farming. Bro, I love this fucking game, dude. Oh Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm screenshotting that.
Let him grant death to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
Bro. Kiln of the first flame. Holy shit, dude. Oh. Oh my god. It's so good. Bro, look at it all. It's so like... Oh man. Wait, I just realized something. Maybe I'm an idiot for just realizing this, but like she said like the old gods of Lordran, right? Which is obviously where the first camp takes place. And this is all like it looks like almost like reality is like collapsing in on itself. Everything's just omega fucked, right? Some of this architecture is this Lordran right here? Like, but just completely uber fucked. I feel like I recognize some of this. Someone please let me know in the comments. Is this Lordran? I feel like it might be. But I'm not totally sure. Let me go ahead and light that. DLC right there. Let's head on over. And let's face the guy. One of the best bosses in the series. I love this guy. One of I like honestly I can't think of a better way to end well, I guess Gael. But man, it's crazy that they made the best final boss you could possibly make for this trilogy twice. Here we go. Ending of base game. Been a while. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. And then here we go. Fucking chills down my whole body right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, oh, man. I think what I love so much about that boss, we didn't really get to see it too much because I killed him so fast. But one of the things I love about that fight is, like, I love the concept. Well, we didn't get to read the soul either because I just used it, but I love the concept that, like, Soul of Cinder is all of us that have played these games over the years and Link to Fire, whether it be we Link to Fire in Dark Souls 1 or, God forbid, you Link to Fire in Dark Souls 2. Like, and all the years in between, like, that's why he uses all the different builds that the players have used over the years. Like, it's the idea that, and then, you know, when we get him down, he has to pull out the original, you know, the original bearer of fire, the bringer of fire, if you will, Gwyn, the guy who brought in that age, and as almost like an act of desperation. And, like, the Soul of Cinder is the amalgamation of all of us that have Linked to Fire. And I just think that it's such a lovely way to do that as a final boss for the base game. And it's just so good. The fight's great. The OST is incredible. That fucking arena is just otherworldly. And what's crazy is they made an even better final boss later in some ways. And we'll talk about that pretty soon here. This first DLC is I'll be like the first to say it. I think this is probably the weakest DLC in From Software's catalog, because it's really just one boss. Like, I'm not gonna count the champion's Gravetender and her fucking wolf. Like, no. It's really you're here just for Friede and the lore, but that's about it.
You again. I knew it.
Hey, man.
As any ash seeks fire, you will surely help me.
Yes. Of course.
Thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well-rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it. And then the ashes were too.
Oh, man.
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself, a sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
Fire, dude. All right, so here we are, Ashes of Ariandel. As I said, this is probably the weakest DLC they've ever done, but I think even in the weakest DLC, they made a banger boss fight. Great lore stuff with Gael's niece, the Paintress, and all that stuff. I will be running past most of the stuff here. Mainly just because, like, there's not really a whole lot that's super interesting in terms of design to talk about. I will say these vistas are beautiful. I love the idea of coming back to a painted world after Dark Souls 1's little painted world section. I love the thought that they wanted to, like, expand upon that, and, you know, sort of what the idea of a painted world being potentially like a safe haven. And that's what Gael and the Paintress were working towards. Wow, okay. Okay. Excuse me, Wolf, could you hold on like 1 second? Alright, she's dead. Oh my god. Ow. Normally I wouldn't even do this fight, to be honest, but it's some extra souls, and also that way we can say we did all the bosses. It's just such like it's just such a nothing burger, unfortunately. It's literally just like an NPC and like a reused wolf from earlier in the DLC that I skipped. With like a couple extra moves, I think. There we go. Nice. All right. Well,
I've seen your kind, time and time again.
uh-huh.
Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring upon your passion.
Jesus. You calm down, fucking edgelord. Oh my god. No. Oh my lord.
Forgive me, my lady.
Get fucked. Well, you fucking failed, bro. Anyway, we're gonna see the goat in a second. The hope for the future of the Dark Souls universe right here. Ding, 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 ding. There she is. Let's see what she has to say.
I believe I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gael spoke, the one to show me flame. 'Tis good. When this is done, may I return. The door is open thanks to thee. 'Tis good. I promised Uncle Gael I would.
Speaking of the future of the Dark Souls world, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys ever want a Dark Souls 4? Because me, it is a resounding no. I feel like the trilogy ended perfectly twice with the base game and the DLC. I think it would spit in the face of what this game is saying about things coming to an end and things like that. I'm very adamant about I do not want a Dark Souls 4. I am open to another Dark Souls game, but I don't want a Dark Souls 4. So, like, if they were to do a Dark Souls game and call it, like, Dark Souls something of the Abyss, or, like I know that some people were theorizing that, like, there was an aspect of Dark Souls lore that wasn't fully explored and is kind of left as, like, a mystery. And people were saying, oh, maybe they could do, like, a spin-off, like, game about that and not have it be, like, a true Dark Souls 4, but, like a peering into that part of the Dark Souls, like, universe. So I'm open to that. I just do not want a Dark Souls 4 that continues the story from this game. I feel like it would be such a spit in the face to what this game was saying thematically. And I know Miyazaki doesn't want to do a fourth game. I know he doesn't. I think he said before that he's open to maybe letting someone else do another story in that universe. I think he's said that before. But I don't know. I am very adamant about I do not want a fourth Dark Souls game. And I will die on that hill that I do not want a numbered Dark Souls 4. Hell, I barely even want an Elden Ring 2. Like, I would just much rather them make, like, new IPs and new ideas. Like, Night Rain I didn't mind, because that was such a departure. And it was, like, so different. I'm open to an Elden Ring 2, obviously. Like, if Elden Ring 2 got announced tomorrow, obviously I'd freak out. Obviously I'd be excited, but, like, I feel like Elden Ring works on its own. I also feel like Bloodborne works on its own, and we don't necessarily need a Bloodborne 2, but that's just me. I would like Bloodborne on PC. I'd like Bloodborne at 60 FPS as like a patch for the PS5. But... or a remaster or something. I think that'd be cool.
As ashes will be, ever seeking fire.
But that's about where that's about where I stand with, like, FromSoft sequels, I suppose.
Bring Friede to me, please. Canst thou not see the flame flickering once again? Soon will it surge. I can see it, feel it.
Fret not, Father. We have no need of thy flail. 'Tis only the flame quivering at misguided ash. Please avert thine eyes. I will snuff out these ashes for good.
I have quite the history with this boss. This is one of those bosses that definitely gives me a lot of trouble. Still to this day, sometimes. Even though I've hitless Malenia 4 times, hitlister on SL1 New Game Plus 8, this is a boss that still to this day manages to trip me up sometimes, for some reason. I feel like we all have that boss where, like, there's just one boss that always trips us up no matter how good we get, and then we're really good at other bosses that other people suck at. I feel like it's just a Souls thing. Nice.
So fucking cool. The boy is here, the goat. No, fuck off. Get away from Gael. Away from my boy. Fuck you. Oh my god. Ugh. Nice. Let's bring it home, brother. And so, ladies and gentlemen, at least to my knowledge, we have the first 3-phase fight. From memory. Maybe there was one in DS2 or DS1 that I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure this is the first 3-phase fight ever. Get her ass, Gael. Get in there. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, shit. I always summon Gael for this fight. I don't give a fuck. It's sick. I love that you guys defeat her together. Oh, frostbitten. Fuck. Ah, there we go. Ooh, clean backstab. Nice. Hell yeah, Gael, we did it, bro. Here we are. The Dreg Heap. I love this area so much. It really does feel like just like the end of the world. Like there's a piece of a Dark Souls 2 level in here. Like there's part of Earthen Keep is in one of the sections later on. Earthen Peak's coming up right here, right? Oh, all right, fair enough. Yeah, there it is, right here. This is literally Earthen Peak from Dark Souls 2. Also, absolutely summoning Gael. I love summoning Gael. Also, it kind of just like fits, right? Like you're literally like fighting together to go make sure this fucking new world is secured. Normally I don't summon for a lot of fights, but these are the ones that I do because it just makes the most sense, like narratively. Plus, like, come on, man, it's Gael. Wait, how did Gael already do that much damage? What the fuck just happened? What? Bro, what is he doing? He's cooking over there. What the fuck? Oh shit, get shit on.
Nice. Oh, Jesus. I have to say, they really went all out with the bosses in this DLC. They fucking cooked. It's like the ultimate send-off to this fucking series. It's like, oh yeah, here's like one of the coolest fucking duo bosses in the entire franchise. Depending on which one you kill first, like, you get like a different phase too. It's so cool. The music here is awesome. The fact that we're fighting in the OG Firelink Shrine is sick. It's near unrecognizable. Oh, holy shit, the snipe from Gael? Oh my god. What a Chad, holy fuck. Oh yeah, he's dead as fuck here, I think. Maybe? Oh yeah, never mind. He's uber dead. Okay, nice. Alright, nice seeing you, Gael. See you in like a few thousand years when I come and kill you after you lose your mind. Bye. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, yeah, this is Firelink. This is where, I think right over here. Yeah, this is where Koth was. And like a lot of the architecture is like the same. Yeah, it just goes down here. This is where Koth was. Yeah. Yep, this is Firelink. Crazy to see it like this. And now we head on over to the Ringed City.
Sheesh. Here we are, Gwen's secret fuck-ass city. Oh, you need to be fucking... Yeah, fuck you. How do you like it? Oh, 2-for-1 special. Don't mind me. I have to say, that guy that tries to push you off the ledge is maybe top 5 funniest From Software traps. That shit's hilarious. I think the #1 From Software, like, trap has to go to, like, the one in Kingsfield 1, or Kingsfield 2 in the US, or Kingsfield 2 in Japan. But basically, it was one of the Kingsfield games, and there was a trap where it was a poisoned chest, and then the thing in the chest was a cure for the poison. I just think that's really fucking funny. I think that's just comedy gold. I think that's just really good shit. If you've never played the Kingsfield games, I definitely recommend looking into them. I don't know if I'd fully recommend playing them. I would say watch Iron Pineapple's video on the Kingsfield games and see if that looks cool to you. I will say, out of all the, like, first-person dungeon crawler era FromSoft games, I feel like I could easily recommend Shadow Tower Abyss. It's got really solid level design, not nearly as, like, interconnected as Kingsfield 4 or Kingsfield 2, but the levels are all really solid and really well laid out, and the combat and the way that the game plays is definitely the best in that franchise of games. So if you want to check out some of the old first-person From Software stuff, definitely play Shadow Tower Abyss. I really love that game. I need to go back and finish it properly. I got a decent ways into it, but I need to, like, actually commit some time and, like, finish it properly, because I really fuck with that game a lot. It's really good. I want to do a video on it at some point, because I think it's one of the best examples of genre blending in game design I've ever seen. Well, let's go do Half-Light. Oh wait, I want to get the fucking ring. Forgot. Ugh. Oh, hi, there you are. Okay. Alright, oh, he's aura farming. Ooh, what is that weapon? Hello. That's cool. Is that a miracle? Yeah, because that's the Dragonslayer axe. I think he's casting a miracle that's doing whatever that is he did. Ow. Wrath of the Gods? What if this is gonna die here? Ah, damn, GG. Nice. Oh, I love PvP in these games. That's another thing. Like, that's why I'm so excited for Duskbloods, because, like, the thought of Miyazaki making a pure PvP game just makes me go, like, what the fuck is that gonna be like? Especially since he clearly has, like, a lot of passion for it. Because he's been talking about wanting to make a pure multiplayer game for quite a while, so really looking forward to finally seeing it come to fruition. I just hope it's good. And I hope it, the big thing I'm worried about is it's FromSoft netcode running with Nintendo Online, and that's a really, really, really fucking cursed combination. So, I don't know, we'll see, but... Oh! There we go. Nice. Alright, we'll go up, rest, and head on down to Midir.
This has been so fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know this is obviously very different from the other two videos, but I felt like that's obviously, well, it's kind of the point of the whole series that I wanted to do. But I hope it was enjoyable nonetheless. I honestly just felt like with Dark Souls 3, there isn't a whole lot to say about it, like, to be honest. It's just a really fucking solid, great game. I kind of got all my, like, opinions out there pretty quick. It's just a really solid, great game. All killer, no filler. Just a damn good time. Like, PvP is fucking solid. The boss pool is really great. Arguably the best boss pool in the series. And it's a really fitting end of the trilogy. It's just a damn good game. I feel like this is one where, for me, I feel like there's not as much to talk about. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this video, this style of video for Dark Souls 3 rather than the other games. But yeah, anyway, Dark Eater Midir, this is definitely, I think, arguably still maybe the best dragon fight in the series. I'd say it's either Midir or Baal. I also really like Caligo, excuse me. Caligo from Night Rain. The OST and the spectacle of that fight is just like top notch, man. It's so good. And again, this boss kind of goes back to what I was saying, where it's like, with each of the bosses in this DLC, I feel like it's like a last hurrah for every, like, style of fight. So, like, you've got the duo fight with the Demon Princes. You've got the dragon fight with Midir. You've got the player PvP boss with Half-Light and the Spear of the Church. And then Gael is, like, your last, like, one-on-one, kind of equal footing, dude with sword boss fight that everybody really loves. And all of these iterations of those fights are just really solid all around. I remember I was stuck on this boss for so long when I first fought it. I missed it. Damn it. Get in there close, roll through. Oh my god, I whiffed every single hit. Oh my god. So cool. Uh-oh. Oh. That was actually kind of huge. There's the classic dragon attack that we've now seen like 100 times with all the dragons in Elden Ring. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, wait, you didn't die. Oh, fair enough. There he goes. Fuck yeah. Great fight, man. Love Midir. Can't not like Midir. He's just so good. Oh my god. Oh, I just noticed you can literally, like, see Anor Londo in the distance over there, I think. Oh my god. So, I just want to take a second to talk about this, because this is it, man. This is what it all builds to. The perfect end to a perfect trilogy. I'm gonna kill this guy really quick because I know he's gonna interrupt me as I slow walk down here. Actually, let's see what he has to say first.
Eleanor, help me, please. The Red Hood is come to eat us, to eat our dark souls. Eleanor, help me.
So anyway, as I was saying, this is it, man. This is the end of the series right here. And I think what I love about this, as it's been said many times, I think what makes this such a perfect send-off to the series is we are at the end of time. The world is covered in ash. Everything's fucking dead. And the last two people alive are two fucking nobodies. You have your character, some random dude, pretty much. Like, just a fucking nobody. Even if you, like your character just is like such a nothing burger in the grand scheme of, like, the Souls universe, realistically. Sure, like, we can put an end to the fire forever and all that stuff, but even aside from that. And the other last person here is Gael. Gael is not related to any of the big bads. He's not a god. He's just a man. And this man was a slave to Gwyn. And he has lived throughout time. And he was seen as less than human, I think is what the slave knights were like referred to as. They were seen as less than human. And it's you and this slave knight as we sit upon mounds of ash covering the ringed city, Gael's city, not Gael's city, Gwyn's city, that he held so close to home that was supposed to be a refuge, I believe is what the purpose of the ringed city was. And it's now covered in ash, meaningless. No one's alive to remember what this place was. And it means nothing. And you are the last two people alive at the end of time fighting over the blood of the Dark Soul, and you've been sent here by Gael in the past because he knew that going and getting all these souls and consuming all this stuff would drive him mad, and that you would have to kill him for the blood of the Dark Soul so that the paintress could one day use it as pigment to paint a better world. And I just find it so poignant that in this series of kings and heroes, I'm gonna cry. I find it so poignant and poetic that in this universe of kings and heroes and legends and gods and all this stuff, the final battle of the series is in a mound of ash covering a once sacred place that belonged to the man that basically caused all this shit to happen. And the last person you fight is a slave that he overlooked and never thought would amount to anything. And you are someone who was never meant to amount to anything. You failed in linking the fire originally. You're ash. You're nothing. You're less than nothing. And you're the last two people alive fighting over the Dark Soul itself. And it's fucking perfect. And that's why I don't want a Dark Souls 4. Because continuing on from this point would be a spit in the face to this moment. Let's savor the end of this trilogy. And the end of this universe. Thing about Gael as well, not only is the lore and everything and all of this cool, not only is the music and the arena phenomenal, but also the fight itself. Super fair. Not bullshit. All of his attacks are fun to dodge. It's just a damn good fight all around. One could argue the best fight in the entire franchise. He's certainly in my top 3. That feels so meta, by the way.
Hand it over, that thing, your dark soul. For my lady's painting.
Even the way our character like steps back, he's like taken aback by the fact that Gael's still here and he's turned into this. Also, I find it really cool that it's a 3-phase fight, all one big health bar. We still have yet to have something like this back in the franchise, by the way. Still haven't had anything like this again.
Is this the blood? The blood of the dark soul.
This cutscene direction is phenomenal. Here we go. Something cool I want to point out for this Phase 3 theme. There are hints of the Demon Souls motif as well as the Elden Ring motif that is in both of their themes. I find it very poignant that it plays in the final phase of the final boss in the final game of the Dark Souls trilogy. Saying goodbye to the past, but also embracing the future, which Elden Ring will lead us to. You'll hear it right now, I believe. There we go. Man, I got nothing left to say, man. I'm like on the verge of tears over here. And I think the tears are about to start coming when I see these credits roll. Level 102 for the final level count. Oh, wait. How could I forget? Before we leave. We, Gotta go give the blood to the paintress so she can paint a better world.
My thanks, Ashen One. With this will I paint a world. Please tell me thy name. I would name this painting after thee. I see. We are much alike. Then I will name this painting Ash. It will be a cold, dark, and very gentle place. And one day, it will make someone a goodly home. I wonder when Uncle Gael intends his return. I hope the new painting will be to him a gentle home.
Now, I know some people have been like, oh, they could do another, if they do another Dark Souls game, they could continue it in there. No. Please don't. I don't want to see anything regarding that. I feel like it's better to leave it up to the imagination. I feel like it's better to just let it be. They don't need us fucking around with bosses, and for me, I as a player need to believe that that is the start of a new and better life. I don't want to see what happens from there on. And I think the next step in ensuring a better life is summoning our Firekeeper to come in and snuff out the flame for good.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's Pass. Ashen One, hearest thou my voice still?
Oh, man. What a fucking game. One of my all-time favorites. One of the best, one of my favorite games of all time. Absolute fucking masterpiece. Perfect way to end this trilogy. I really mean it when I say I never want another one. I think people forget that it's okay for things to end, and I think that's what, I mean, hell, that's what the whole trilogy is trying to say. The whole trilogy is telling you, like, it's okay to let things end. And I feel like to do another would be a really big disservice to that message. Masterpiece, man. I think no matter what people say, no matter how much I hear on the internet about, oh, you know, maybe I like Dark Souls 1 more, maybe I like Dark Souls 2 more, you know, or, you know, some of the other games. I mean, hell, I like a lot of the other games more, right? For me, man, I think this game has a really special place in gaming. I think it has a really special place in FromSoft's catalog. I think it is definitely the best way I can describe it. I feel like how Nakey Jakey said about it, right? Like, it is definitely, it is their greatest hits album. It is a swan song to the trilogy and the franchise that put them on the map. It is a goodbye. It is a love letter. It is a hopeful, poignant, fuck, I'm gonna cry. A poignant and hopeful way to end this series.
And I think in terms of game design, I think it has a really cool legacy in the grander context of From Software, as I've been saying all throughout this video, man. This game feels like they took the lessons they learned from Bloodborne in upping the pace of combat and the level design, sort of giving you that feeling of coming back, right? And like some of the DS2 stuff of like splitting off into different sections and things like that. It is a much more linear game, absolutely. It's definitely the most linear. Some would say because of that it's the most boring, but I would disagree, man. I feel like DS1, you know, you have this more almost like a 3D Metroidvania setup. Dark Souls 2 is like this like open, very like almost like the world is your oyster, but not open world, and it's very much a game about finding your own answers. So like from a design standpoint, it makes sense that you would go and, you know, forge your own path through that world, right? But with this game, so much of Dark Souls 3 is about walking through the destroyed land. Like the world of Dark Souls is at its fucking end, man. And you are walking the paths that all that have come before you have. Right? And it makes sense that it would be a linear journey, I feel. Just, you know, thematically to me. And I also, again, on a game design level, man, the gameplay of this game, it's like, it's the precursor to Elden Ring, man. The only thing that's missing is like the jump attack stuff and the ability to like customize the weapon arts on your weapons and like change those around, right? So you almost have like that kind of quality of life that you would see in Elden Ring, but in a more linear fashion. That's like you know, you pick it up and play it, and it just works. So you don't have to worry about an open world. I love the open world, but I know some people don't like it as much, right? Or it's just a lot to pick up at once, so they want something more, you know, linear, right? Something more focused. And I think that's why I love Dark Souls 3. It is FromSoft's greatest hits. It is From Software giving us a love letter and a goodbye, and putting a pin in this franchise that clearly means so much to them. And just, you know, just fuck. This song is so good. Fuck, man. What a game. What a fucking video game. They can never make me hate Dark Souls 3. For as long as I'm alive and for as long as I play video games, I could never hate this game, man. It's just such a poignant video game. I just love it. The gameplay is great. The boss selection, man, all killer, no filler, pretty much. There's like a couple whatever bosses at work. Like there's a couple bosses that are just kind of like there's like very few like just straight up not good bosses in this game. Some of them can be kind of whatever, but I think like the high quality bosses are so here, man. Like Soul of Cinder, Gael, Friede, Lorien and Lothric, Champion Gundyr, I think I said Soul of Cinder already, Nameless King. Like, these are some of the best. Midir, these are some of the best bosses in the franchise, and they're all in this game, man. And yeah, I just love Dark Souls 3. Thank you so much. If you've made it to the end of this, thanks so much for watching. And if you've watched all of my videos on the Dark Souls trilogy, thank you so much. If you haven't, I highly recommend you do. definitely recommend go back and watch the Dark Souls 1 podcast I did with JC Backfire. The whole concept of that one was that it's him after he first beats the game and me after I've beaten that game tons of times and us just talking about the game. Dark Souls 2 is a more traditional video essay, and I wanted this one to be like a nostalgic, kind of like classic all-in-one live commentary playthrough. And the reason I wanted to do a different style video on each game is because I feel like each game in the trilogy is so different. You know, obviously a lot of the core building blocks are there, sure, but like, you know, these games are each very different. And I love them all. I love them all. I don't dislike or, God forbid, hate any one of these. So thanks for watching if you made it all the way through. And I hope you all have a good one. Next big video essay, next big video from me will probably be I want to do a Persona 3 video. I want to cover the big 3 PlayStation platformer trilogies, so Sly, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Then I also want to cover the Rockstar games leading up to GTA 6. And then, of course, like, I'm down to do more Bethesda stuff, as always. Like, you know, the Fallout 3 video just released last week, by the time you're seeing this. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. If you guys want to see anything specific from me, I'm always more than down to do it. I, of course, will be making a video on Bloodborne and Demon Souls and Armored Core 6 and Elden Ring and Sekiro and all that stuff one day. I'll get to it. I definitely want to do a KOTOR 2 video. There's all sorts of stuff I want to do, man. Just talk about general industry stuff. But yeah, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for being here. It means a lot. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take it easy, everybody.